What's up, everybody? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Blue Sports Report. Without you guys, it ain't working without you guys. Um, 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 you know what I love more than anything else? I love watching Philly 500 meltdown. I can't wait until Sunday and having the Philly meltdown camp and hope. I hope and pray that the Cowboys get this win. You don't understand. This is the Super Bowl for me. You know, I already got the Washington crew all over me. They own me. They literally own me. But I would love to finish off the season with a victory over the Eagles, so I don't have to listen to them all off season. If we go 0-2 to them this season, I may have to shut down my YouTube. I literally just can't handle it. You know, I know we're an underdog. You know, they've got the Eagles installed as the 1.5 favorites. I look at this and say it should be a pick 'em between two bad teams, but it is what it is. So Doug Peterson has just come out and he is saying how proud he is of Carson Wentz, the way he's handled being benched. Wasn't it last Sunday that they were reporting that if he wasn't named a starter that he wanted to be traded? Now, Doug Peterson goes on. I think this is the thing that amazes me, and I don't know if there's something that we all just don't know about Carson Wentz, but for some reason, Carson Wentz gets babied more than any other player in the NFL. Have you noticed this? You know, when you listen to guys like Dan Orlovsky and things, they talk about, well, Carson Wentz is actually better than what his statistics look like because he's got, no players to throw to. You've heard literally Colin Cowherd, you would think that this is Colin Cowherd's son. The way he's gone through and literally, even now, even after this bad season, they've gone through and literally said things like, well, don't count the rookie season. I always throw out rookie seasons because, they're always bad. But if it's good, doesn't that mean that if you played good as a rookie that you're ahead of the curve of everybody else? They always find a way to kind of prop him up like he needs to be propped up, like he's frail and fragile. Have you noticed that? So, Doug Peterson, it seems like he's still continuing to do the same thing. I don't know if this is, we want to make sure we don't ruin the guy, and that there's a lot to be said about this. Maybe they're worried about him not being able to handle it, or maybe they're trying to keep his possibility of being traded, up there. You don't want it to be that, he's just been a distraction, he's a bum, kind of like Haskins' situation now. Washington would love to be able to trade him, but he's kind of messed up his stock. So Doug Peterson has been kind of fragile that he kind of named Jalen Hurts is starting this week. Monday, he wouldn't even say who was going to be a starter. It's kind of like, have you seen how your team responded with Hurts and having that extra dimension of his running ability being a net positive for your team? Right now, with your team being the shape that it is, your best bet is to have Hurts, a guy who can move, and as Philly 500 says, run, fat guy, run. That you just look at this and say, we got 2 games left. We're going to see what we have with this guy and make a determination at the end of the year. I don't understand why you don't look at it this way. Why don't you say it that way? Because then you're still protecting Carson Wentz and you're saying, hey, look, our season's been a disappointment. We tied with the Bengals, dagnabbit. We tied with the Bengals. We've gotten beat by the Washington team. We are a disappointment, like I say we are. That's why I say we should shut down Zeke Elliott. Let these younger guys play, get them some experience, and get them coached up for next year. So why is it that the Eagles won't say, you know what, we're just going to turn Hurts, we invested a lot of draft capital in him. We want to see what we really have. And then come the offseason, we'll have a competition with these guys and see what we can do. But it's constantly Carson Wentz keeps getting coddled by everybody. It's almost funny because I look at my quarterback. He doesn't ever get the benefit of the doubt. When the Eagles when they literally drafted a quarterback in the second round, when they had holes that they needed to fill, they immediately said, oh, we're trying to go ahead and coach up a quarterback so that way we can trade him in the future. What? You don't really believe that bullshit, do you? You don't really, come on. Oh yeah. We just want to have a quarterback, in there that we can coach up and trade. That was some bull jiggity if I've ever heard any. I mean, come on. Come on. And there's nothing wrong with looking at Carson Wentz's injury history and so on and say, you know what, let's make sure we're covering our back. That I could respect you saying. I'm sure Carson Wentz could respect that for saying, because the reason he's got a ring is because they had somebody else to take his place when he got injured. We draft Ben DiNucci. We got people saying, oh, Mike McCarthy likes Ben DiNucci. He's coming in to take Dak Prescott's place. We get Andy Dalton from the Bengals. They turn around and say, oh, the Cowboys getting rid of Dak Prescott. They're getting rid of Dak Prescott. Andy Dalton, he's a veteran. They don't coddle Dak. They don't coddle him. He's never once been given a benefit of a doubt. But yet here it is, Carson Wentz has stunk. He stunk. He had one good season. Yes, the Eagles in a bad division ended up winning, and immediately he went out in the playoffs. They talk about, well, those last 5 games, okay, they beat us with a quarterback that was injured. I think the Giants were part of that. I think the Washington team was a part of that. And there was another team that was in there that was a loser team. Oh, by the way, before that, they lost to Miami, who is not the Miami of this year. They're Miami that was bad. So, yeah, if you say he feasted on bad teams, and FYI, they only scored 17 points against our team. It was more about our ineptitude than it was about Carson Wentz getting the victory. But again, Carson Wentz always gets coddled. Yeah. All right, gotta run back in the stove. I'll catch you guys later.